I'll take off my shades, show you my eyes. Okay, y'all. Yeah. If that did not give y'all a hint about what the video is about, you're not elite. You should not be watching. Click. I'm playing. Come back. Come on. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Black Boyband Archives. Today we're going to be talking about one of the last Black boy bands we had. First, moment of silence. Second, Mindless Behavior. Okay, y'all, so the order of like how this whole video is going to go is first we're going to give you like some history, some background. Also, we're going to talk about like the peak, who they were compared to, and just overall appreciating them because they were the last Black boy band that we had. Like, I wanted to talk about Mindless Behavior, but I was like, where am I going to fit them at in the series? Teen Vogue made this post about Mindless Behavior, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's my sign to make my video. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how like they're one of the last boy bands we had, and they're looking for like a reunion.
I got a clue how you feel for me. 1, 4, 3, a smiley with a wink. Ooh, that's how you feel, baby. That's what's up.
But if y'all don't know Mindless Behavior, you can know them from 3 different things. So they were on 2 kids TV shows, So Random and Big Time Rush. Braxton Family Values, like they were on there too, because like, you know, Vince Hubert, he was like one of their managers. And also this iconic YouTube video that was like everybody's like, was it Man Crush Mondays and stuff? Like this video was the one.
Good morning to you, the birds are chirping.
When our parents talk about like Jodeci and stuff, like, do they compare? No.
Well, no. Well, sort of, kind of.
But were they our Jodeci of the time? They could sing, they could dance, and they were handsome. Yes, they were. Absolutely. But like we had all these white boy bands, were like, where were the Black boy bands at? And when they came on the scene, like I was like, yeah. Okay, y'all. So a little bit about Mindless Behavior is that they had 3 albums. They had 2 albums with like the OG lineup, and they had 1 album with like the new members. Their first 2 albums came out in 2011 and 2013. So Number One Girl came out in September of 2011, and it had hits like My Girl, Girls Talking About, and Mrs. Right. And it went number 8 on the US R&B charts. In March 2013, they made their second album called All Around the World, which went number 6 on the Billboard 200. It had hits like All Around the World and Keep Her on the Low. But also, the album has a song titled the same name and a documentary that came out later in 2013. Shout out to that documentary for heavily helping me. In the roles in the group where Prodigy was the lead, Princeton was like the pretty boy, Roc Royal was a rapper, and Ray Ray, he was like one of the best dancers. 2013 was Mindless Behavior's peak year. They had their album just come out, a documentary, and they won their 6th BET Award against Drake and Beyonce for Choice Song. Also, y'all, they was taking over YPAD. Like, bro, this is like when Black fandom was elite, because we actually had like Black boy group to gush over. 2013 was the year that Mindless Behavior had the most exposure that they ever had. They were doing red carpet premieres. They were hosting award shows. They were performing at award shows. Their songs were performing. 2013 was their year. Because 2011, yes, that is, I say, their superior album. But also 2013, that was their sophomore album, and they didn't have a sophomore slump either.
Travel all across the world just to be heard. Travel to LA, maybe to the Bay, come to Chi-Town, or she might be out to stay.
I don't think that it's fair to compare Mindless Behavior to One Direction in a way, because we also have to talk about like systemic racism and all these other things they had against. At first, they were all Black presenting. Then you also have to add in like a lot of them in the group except Prodigy were all Afro-Latina, add in colorism, add in like how young they were, because they were younger than all these groups they were being compared to. And most importantly, they were all Black. So trying to like compare them, I see if they're like, oh yeah, One Direction had 1 members, okay. But trying to be like, oh, One Direction is better than Mindless Behavior because this, and this. And I'm just like, okay, but that's your opinion, though. You need to speak in facts. You can't speak really an opinion when it goes to who is better than who. When it's a Black boy band, they have to put in more work. Like, they had to be fashionable. They had to have personalities. They had to be able to dance. They had to be talented. Not to be rude, I do like One Direction, but one of the little things, like the little gimmicks, was all of them could dance. Like, of course, in the documentary, they say that, I think it was Ray Ray or Roc, correct me if I'm wrong. It was one of them. They could not dance that well, but they had like this boot camp where all of them had to learn how to dance.
To learn some choreography, and that didn't go so well.
To be quite honest, Roc was not a good dancer.
He had no rhythm. None.
Roc kept doing everything backwards.
You think One Direction would have did that? Absolutely not. Y'all have seen the boot camp footage from X Factor. Baby, no. But when you're trying to compare them, like, that's kind of messy. But like Ray Ray said,
Who would win in a dance-off, you or One Direction?
What did you tell the lie? That's the one I actually I little region, more town.
Oh, okay, right.
The little more we may have more hair.
Right, yeah.
A little bit like a little bit short.
Yeah.
A little bit shorter. Y'all talk American. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That we could bring it up with that.
Girls. Talk about me every day. What would about? And we got that swag to match my J. Hey. Meet me around my way. All the ladies love me. Steady talking.
but above everything else, they were the last mainstream Black boy band that we had. So we do have to give them props for that and appreciation. They were messy, extremely talented, and they gave us bops. That's what we needed at that time. Y'all, they might have not been together for the longest time, but they did set the standard of what a Black boy band can look like coming forward. Y'all, by the way, they are back. They are reuniting soon, and they have done a few podcasts and dance workshops to touch base with their fans. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Linktree in the bio per usual. And y'all, stay tuned for the next episode because it's the last one. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.